Quick, the original best Samus of Europe, and then Siski came along from Spain, and now Raflow just picking up Samus out of nowhere and going toe-to-toe. Says a lot about Europe, but we are going to get RobbieAK47 versus Raflow's Palutena. It's like Meltdown Deluxe. That ain't Zone, that is Raflow.
It certainly is. I'm glad you mentioned that because Robbie obviously having quite a decent amount of experience, not only against Palutena, but also reviewing Palutena. We do have a player back home that is the one you mentioned, Zone, who is very technical and very intelligent when it comes just to analyzing scenarios. And honestly, if you want to just play 60 games of rock, paper, scissors, Robbie's the kind of guy who really could come out on top. So, going to be up to Raflow just to keep things fresh, keep things interesting, keep mixing things up so Robbie doesn't have the time to adapt. Frankly, it's not looking too good already. Solid stage control coming out from Raflow as Robbie trying to bite back, sends him a little bit of a distance, but now trying to stifle out an approach. Raflow not falling for it though.
It's really interesting to see how much matchup practice can help you when you so regularly fight a character, but also you're not necessarily winning that a lot of the time. Like Zone's definitely got the set record on RobbieAK47. So although they play very regularly, it's still more often than not a defeat for Robbie. Raflow, a lot higher ranked than Zone, but when Raflow doesn't have that experience against RobbieAK47 and Shulk, maybe even wins and losses against Zone can just suddenly turn into a big win for Robbie. True. And this would be probably the win of his career if Robbie was able to pull this one off.
Well, let's find out, because it's looking pretty even so far. I've really started digging Robbie's use of shield recently. I'm not sure what it is, but he's using it semi-aggressively, basically using it in a way that he knows he's safe from a burst option, but he can use it to build a little bit of ground. Kind of like when he turns into speed and he uses it basically to microspace. He can turn to shield and use it to safely microspace, and he doesn't move that quickly. So it's an interesting way to reposition, but unfortunately Raflow going to reposition him into purgatory as he is forced into the sky. Still, Raflow one strike away from death, but you've just got to take that Palutena tax. The shield a little too late there, Tail, as the smash is out. But how are you going to approach?
Yeah, Smash is a little bit generous, and maybe it's mixing up his true intentions, but Robbie is truly swinging with the Smash through to the end there. Not finding a KO off of it. By the time Smash is back, should be ripe and ready to get a nice kill with it. Can Robbie get one without? Air Slash almost doing the trick, but just not quite, not Roast.
Yeah, not quite, and I hate to say it, I hate to be that guy, but honestly, I think Robbie playing a little bit too fast and loose back there. Swap to Smash just made his intention so obvious. What are your intentions with my daughter? As he is forced up into the sky, taking him to the blast zone.
Robbie wishes to dash attack her apparently, but that is going to even us out on stocks. But Raflow, trying to read an air dodge in, and you know what? That wasn't far away from what Robbie was after. Another pivot grab as well. Raflow says, surely he won't keep standing there, right?
Surely.
Well, what can we tell you about Robbie? Yeah, he'll keep standing there.
Oh, just caught out. What is fantastic about that up smash is it's just so comically oversized that it defeats the comically oversized blade of Shulk. And so it's just a great option when Robbie loves to sort of hold that mid-air position and threaten spacing.
But now dash attack, nothing, no landing to catch on that situation. This is a full stock lead for Raflow, and he is not pressured to do anything to change the current circumstances. Robbie must find the way in, and Palutena, I mean, she's carrying a shield. She's naturally a defensive character, and it's just building upon that even more right now.
Yeah, Robbie is, you can see he's sort of switched gears. He's definitely hedging his bets. He's slowed things down just a little bit. He's waiting until he is certain for an opening so that he can take it. More than happy to lose a few interactions if it means he doesn't just put himself in a checkmate situation. Buster is here, going to take a little bit of damage, going to keep it going though. As Raflow, I really like the option of going for the fire because it just means that Robbie has to take a little bit longer to engage, reassess, reevaluate, and that is valuable Buster time. As speed comes back, Air Slash going to clip Raflow's wings, but frankly, there's so much more to do. Robbie wanted to end it all right there, but just not high enough percent. As we're playing spacing game.
You can clip the wings of a bird, you can clip the wings of an angel, but when it's the wings of a goddess, that's the mightiest that you will ever face up against. We see another backslash from RobbieAK47. We've seen an uncharacteristic amount of them throughout this tournament run so far. There's another one, just for the sake of it. That is the wimpiest up throw I have seen in this entire game, not Rose.
Pathetic, so to speak, but 172. Robbie is living, but Robbie's got to get killed if he wants to take it. Great spacing on the back air as well. Let's see if we can find the smash. It's here, there it is! Wow. Taken out, 172. And this is where things could get scary. Raflow just looking at him.
He was reading the words. It said jump, but he was gone. That is game one to Raflow. RobbieAK47 putting things in contention. When Shulk gets you down to a last stock scenario, it's always possible. It takes one smash forward air off stage at 30 and you might just die.
But you know what? That was a good, solid start. That was a good attempt, a good performance from Robbie. Just lost composure a little bit.
But it's still best of 5 territory, remember, so plenty of opportunities to learn about how both of these players will fight you. And if RobbieAK47 uses every single minute of that time allotted to him, he could learn a lot.
Certainly can. I just know the VOD review is going to be absolutely steaming after this one. I think Zone should start selling tickets for that. I reckon he'd make a good commission. As Smash is here very early, not quite sure what he was cooking, possibly just wanted to gain a little bit of stage control, as the Buster is here as well. Still not forcing, not overcommitting, just happy to wait for an option. As the speed comes in,
able to shield so quickly upon getting up. Felt like there was an opportunity, but the opportunity simply wasn't there. We've seen so many up tilts, though, from RobbieAK47 in this game. They are finding their mark, but not leading into anything like Robbie was hoping there with that up air attempt.
Certainly is. Oh, I do like the jab. Just Raflow not really able. Just too many things to consider there with the repositioning from the Shulk jab and also the shield speed. Trying to make his way back. There's the air slash coming out. That was a very good swap to Buster. That got a good amount of damage on that recovery. Fantastic work from Robbie, but he is still there. A little bit of extra sauce. Make sure the speed is there, keeping it going.
The early air slash followed by not doing the second hit. I really like that ambiguous timing mix-up, but right now, I almost feel like, are we on the verge of him just Hail Marying? Do we go into Smash and just try to finish the job, get a lead while it's still possible? Or do you just slog it out through to the end? Backslash again! Truly unexpected! That's in Smash Banana with Raflow back to the stage. That up throw wasn't as wimpy as the one when Robbie was in shield. That up throw is going to kill from Raflow.
Had to bet it all, swapping to that smash, just get caught by a grab. And this is the problem we had before. Robbie, straight off the platform, thinks, I can equalize this, I can equalize it. And just loses composure, just throws it away. And now he's taken 65 just because he got the smash on respawn. Instead, now he is suffering. Raflow is just stunning a very solid victory right there. Smash is back. He's just using it on cooldown. The back air comes out. The back throw, I should say. Let's see if we can get it. Explosive Flame to cover the landing. Let's see if we can get a spike. Unfortunately not. The movement from Raflow very clean, but just slipping and sliding into the blast zone. Not looking fine for Robbie.
Ooh, the aerial drift of speed making it possible for Robbie to duck away a little bit and then come back in. You had me worried, especially after just seeing Raflow SD.
That was a little bit disrespectful, if you ask me. Ah, yes, I will burn my recovery and make it back, you buffoon. How do you like it? As trying to make it back from the slam. The back air, back slash, I should say, is going a little bit wide. But those shenanigans did get nipped in the bud. No nonsense here, sir, all right? We're here for Smash Brothers as Speed Art is on deck, trying to find an opening, trying to find something in. Raflow constantly threatening these approaches. Shield is out just to buy him a little bit of freedom. Whoa, there's the counter.
Turns around with it as well. That's excellent foresight in the literal sense from Robbie to know, to make the hit actually connect, I need to turn this around. But in Smash at the moment, quite purposelessly, maybe it was more of a defensive measure to get out of Palutena and Nair combos than it was to try and get a kill. But the wind box attempt to push away while Robbie was in free fall, it wasn't going to make it at that kind of range, but the option was there on the fly.
Certainly is shield just to buy himself a little bit of positioning. And look at this, approaching with the shield, it's actually kind of useful. Because he can throw himself into a position, can make sure that those Nairs don't earn their tax. Oh, it tries to air slash out a shield, it would have been it. And we see another one, actually not going to fall for it, as jump into the air, caught out. Raflow taking it, looks strong to start with, but Robbie, got to fight back.
Yep, you've powered up your jump, but I am a goddess, let it be remembered. I have the wings, I have the power of the light, and I will smite you out of the air. So that is 2 games up for Raflow, again, one of the heavy favorites for this set and for the whole tournament potentially. But if RobbieAK47 were to get even a game, that is so much he can review. He can go back to Meltdown, talk with Zone about it, finally crack that shell that is Palutena, the goddess of light. But at least one more chance for Robbie right here on small battlefield Let's have a game
Support
3.
is coming out. Here we go. On to small battlefield as the speed arc comes out. Going to see if we can find an angle right now as just a little bit of that coming out. Fantastic, good stuff right there.
Trying to sneak through the explosive flame with the very tip of Monado back air. I like the idea. But once again, it's Raflow just ever so slightly in the lead, and sometimes that slight lead is all you need because Robbie has never once been able to claw it back once he's fallen behind in these games.
Let's find out. A couple of nairs coming out. Ooh, falls out of it, just continuing to trade. It's not too bad. That speed being put to very good use, but unfortunately going to slip through the tilt right there. Robbie just keeping them at bay. Has enough ground to work with that he can play like that. Escapes the drag down. Great air slash coming out as well, and now things are a little bit reversed. Buster coming out, caught. Immediately into shield. All right, let's reset. Let's play it slow. Let's get our resources back. As just trying to swing. Another air slash coming out.
Yeah, hitting with real impact those air slashes are. But I think that's one of the things I want to give Robbie the most credit for, both offensively and defensively and for recovery purposes. Robbie's air slashes have been on point, and there is an air dodge used from Raflow, but the double jump was still there, so that meant Raflow could make it back to the ledge from a safe position, but Robbie could well have just swung and taken that stock away.
I believe the smash actually just depleted when that nair came through, which is a real shame, but that's okay. It's looking fairly even. Great shield to come through to make it back to the ground. Got to make his way off as well. Immediately shield into speed. Looks like Raflow just not ready for the tempo change. And he's going deep this time. There's the jump, makes it back.
Wow.
Robbie taking the lead.
Not far enough on that warp. You feel like if you can teleport, you can make it anywhere, right? But not with Palutena. She will fall, but now that's a potential opportunity to Raflow. Just get a put. Wow.
Buster Chad.
A ground sweep, sword swipe, just hitting in the air. Completely. How are you expected to know the hitbox on Shulk's get-up attack?
Who would know that indeed? As Raflow back to the ground. Can we get a jump? Just trying to nickel and dime their way up. Eventually, you'll get into smash range. And frankly, by the time you get there, Robbie should, if he doesn't die, be about 150. And at that point, you just go smash. Anything's going to kill you anyway. You might as well play loose cannon as 86, 130 speed is here. We could be looking at that Hail Mary percent as the shield comes through. Fantastic reactions coming out from Robert. We're at that 150 mark. Do we see the smash Hail Mary? What are we cooking right there? As Spike comes up, he's still living.
Well, there was no opportunity into jump, but you know what? Robbie was quite happy to still come right off the Angel platform. He wants to win this on his own merit. There's 4 minutes to go. That's not as much as he might be comfortable with to win the long game. I think he just wants to get in there and deal the hits, but it's only Raflow getting them in right now. 60% lead for Robbie. Again, his first lead of the set. We were saying he's never managed to pull one back into a lead before, but he's definitely happy enough with this one, but it's not getting too much extra credit right now.
Yeah, and I do like Robbie's sentiment of risk-reward. I think it's quite cool in the sense that you can see him go in shield and make like what looks like quite suspect moves, but instead it's just going to shield and eating an attack because you're going to take that tax anyway. You basically start against Palutena at 45, so you might as well get back to stage while taking a little bit of damage. The smash comes through. Looks like Robbie was able to claw his way back. Buster is here. If he can put it to good use, it could be the difference maker, and it could be a game earned for Robbie. The spike coming out, dragged down, sent up, back to even.
Yeah, Raflow not losing composure whatsoever, and the lead has returned to L'Enfonsoir, but there's the vision, the second one of the occasion. Ooh. Wow! Okay, that felt like the correct read from Raflow. Just needed to hold the smash attack a little bit longer, only getting the wind box instead of the actual hit.
Could be rough. There's the tried and tested Palutena right there. Jump going to go nice and low, not going to get too framed. How are we getting back? Jump still active, so is able to skip a lot of that. Not getting phased by the flare right there as Robbie just trying to find something. Not able to catch it with the dash, so how do you get back now? Air dodge back onto the platform, just trying to find center stage. Robbie needs room to maneuver, but Raflow knows that. Tries to force him up into the air, but not able to get the up air instead. Just going for some up smashes now.
Good grief, but knowing that he's in the vulnerable Buster, you don't want that lead to go even further away, but sneaks in some hits. That's what Robbie wants, making it feel like he's going to hold back during Buster, but still finds the hits at the last possible second, and really good retreats into shield, but now it's match point potentially for Raflow, looking at a nice comfy 53, and as soon as the defense is strong,
he's going for it, but he goes too low.
absolute all or nothing maneuver, but Raflow says, hey, if I just hold back here, there's nothing he can do to touch me.
Robbie bet it all on red when you should have bet it on Black Mafia. My goodness, taken down 3-0. A valiant attempt, but Raflow, like we said, he's looking for that top 5. He's looking to be in the same breath as those European legends, and you know what? It's just so close to being doable. Robbie, just another stepping stone on the path